Skinner and Demoulas in Richfield Springs and Turnbull Insurance Service since 1866 present Mohawk Valley Living, exploring the arts, culture, and heritage of our region. A special good morning to Ken and Ellen in Utica, enjoying the show with a cup of Utica roast.
Good morning and welcome to Mohawk Valley Living. Did you know that this is National Park Week and that there are 401 national parks in the country and that one of them is right here in our backyard? We will be visiting Fort Stanwix as well as many other places, so stay tuned.
Catching catfish, 1, 2, 3, that's enough for you and me. Mark's got pollywogs, 8, 9, 10. Whoops, he just fell in again. Moss-covered rods, water that's freezing, warm summer breeze.
It's a beautiful day to hike the Trenton Falls Scenic Trails. The trails are open today from 9 to 5. This is the only weekend the trails are open this spring. Take Route 12 north and turn right on Route 28 south to Trenton Falls Road. Then follow the signs. Special thanks to Skinner and Demoulas for keeping Mohawk Valley Living on the road. Stop in and say hi to the guys at Skinner and Demoulas in Richfield Springs. Our first stop today is the city of Rome and the National Historic Landmark Fort Stanwix. The 16-acre reconstructed fort in downtown Rome first opened to the public in 1976 in celebration of the United States bicentennial. Today, the park is open daily from 9 to 5 with free admission. There are ranger-led tours of the fort leaving from the Willett Center at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. At the fort, you'll meet soldiers who will describe life at the fort and explain the importance of the Oneida Carrying Place. You can also learn about the French and Indian War and the role the fort played during the negotiation of treaties with Native Americans. Today and every day, there's a tour that leaves from the Willett Center at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. During this 45-minute walking tour, you'll learn about the bloody conflicts which ignited as nations fought for control of the Carry, the homelands of the Six Nations Confederacy, and the rich resources of North America. Take a free tour of our National Historic Site, Fort Stanwix.
Times go, but one thing stays the same. It's the feeling I get when I look around. It lets me know I'm home. I'm making this valley my home.
Watch Mohawk Valley Living on Fox WFXV every Sunday at 7:30 a.m. and 11 o'clock p.m., followed by an encore. And now also available on WUTR every Sunday morning at 11:30 a.m.
I'm making this valley my home.
Here's what's hot on the lot at Skinner and Demoulas. Drive the exciting new Dodge Dart for only $149 a month with a new 24-month lease. $29.99 cash or trade due at signing. Drive away in this exciting new technologically advanced compact sedan at Skinner and Demoulas in Richfield Springs. When you insure your boat or watercraft this season, don't send your hard-earned money sailing. Keep your money here, working in your community. Insure with Turnbull Insurance. You'll get great, reliable, and affordable coverage for your boat. Turn to a company anchored in the Mohawk Valley. Turn to Turnbull. Your dream of owning a log home can come true. Visit Lock & Logs in Sherburne and learn how easy it is to create and build your dream log home. Pick up a free catalog and see why Lock & Logs is one of the world's leading manufacturers of custom log homes. Visit Lock & Logs, 1 mile south of Sherburne on Route 12. This Tuesday, G. Roberts Kolb conducts the Hamilton College Choir and Masterworks Chorale in a concert presentation of Camille Saint-Saëns' Samson and Delilah. The concert is at 7:30 p.m. at the Wellen Hall Schambach Center for Music and the Performing Arts at Hamilton College. Spring style begins at the Village Crossing. Discover unique women's attire, jewelry, handbags, and accessories designed to delight. The Village Crossing on the Village Green in Clinton. Melrose Supermarket is your family hometown market, known for their choice hand-cut meat, homemade pastas, and salads. This week, save on boneless whole beef New York strip loin, 16-pound average, $4.29 a pound, cut while you wait at Melrose Supermarket, Frankfort. Try delicious Moo Moo Muesli, simply the best cereal, with whole grains, cranberries, coconut raisins, dates, and almonds. Made in Sharon Springs and available at your health food store. North Star Orchards is open for the season. The greenhouse is full of potted plants, annuals, and vegetables, and outside you'll find perennials, trees, shrubs, and topsoil. The bakery's open too, with fresh pies, cookies, breads, and muffins at North Star Orchards, Route 233, Westmoreland. Savor the flavor of authentic Southeast Asian cuisine at the Lotus Garden Noodle and Sushi House. The Pooh family welcomes you to lunch or dinner at the Lotus Garden, behind the Stanley Theater on King Street in Utica.
Catching catfish, 1, 2, 3, that's enough for you and me. Mark's got pollywogs, 8, 9, 10. Whoopsie just fell.
Special thanks to Turnbull Insurance Service and Mark and Jim Turnbull. Their continued support makes the show possible. We head east to Cooperstown, taking scenic Route 20. 3 miles before Richfield Springs, we stop at Gill's Gallery. Here you'll find the artwork of dozens of contemporary artists, including the work of artist and gallery owner Jorge Gill, who was more than happy to take you on a tour. Be sure to stop into Gill's on your next trip along Route 20.
And I swear that girl put a spell on me. We never laughed so long.
We continue along Route 20 and head south on Route 80 to Cooperstown. The Farmers Museum is springing back to life. We head across the street to the Fenimore Art Museum, which has several new exhibits, including the work of local artist Susan Jones Kenyon. Her paintings capture the mystique of Cooperstown's Otsego Lake and the surrounding region.
As a kid, I wanted to experiment with paint always. It was my medium. Some kids draw, some people, they use crayons and that, but paint was always what I enjoyed. So I started painting on my bedroom walls. My mother allowed me to do that, and it was great. Initially, I painted more cartoon, and then I started wanting to approach realism, paint things so they looked real, be it dogs or fruit or anything, still life. And then from there, my paintings kind of went to a little bit of folk art and then designs. And then my real goal was to paint impressionistically. And I found Impressionism to be the hardest thing to attain because you want people to look at it and see something, yet when you walk up to the painting, it's just blobs of paint. And everybody sees something a little different with Impressionism. In this exhibit, what I'm hoping people will find is when they walk into the room, that it's kind of this very calm, contemplative, meditative type of a room where you want to sit and look at the painting, and hopefully it will take you back to a time in your life where you remember that light, that quiet light coming through trees or on the lake, a morning sunrise or an evening sunset. Hopefully that's what people will see when they walk through the exhibit.
You can experience Places in Passing, contemporary landscapes of Susan Jones Kenyon, on display at the Fenimore Art Museum. Open Tuesday through Sunday, 10 to 4, and starting May 13th, open daily 10 to 5. We head from Susan's misty landscape paintings into the surrounding Cooperstown landscape and into the countryside of rural Fly Creek. We head up a dirt road called Bedbug Hill to the spectacular BNB Ranch. Overlooking its own little pond is a grand country inn. We're given a tour by Chef Mark, who tells us that the inn is also a community-supported farm, producer of gourmet foods with a guest and member dining room overlooking 340 acres of forest, farmland, and a horse stable. This is the dream and vision of owner Jim Babe Giambetti.
We're modeling this place after the northern Italian villas, and so it's very much a gathering place for family and friends to come hang out, enjoy life, enjoy the central New York lifestyle, ride some horses, enjoy the grounds, have a good meal, enjoy the bed and breakfast. The vision was pretty simple. In the old days, all the family and friends all lived in the community. But now, given our fast-paced lifestyles, everybody's scattered all over the country. So this was a gathering place so people have a reason to get together because, the hosting families, you can imagine what a burden that is for, you only have so many beds, so many couches. So really this place was meant to be a special events type place for members to come in and remember how things used to be. What I wanted to take away from here is really that nostalgic feeling of what it used to be like when they were kids, when they went to their grandmothers or aunts and uncles' farms and they got together on Sundays for the family, for a family meal, and they sit around and enjoy the better facets of life. And really, I just want people to come here and slow down, relax, and enjoy all the amenities that we have to offer.
To learn more about the BNB Ranch Guest House, the Dining Club, or the Riding Club, visit bnbranch.com or call 607-547-5272.
To see what we can see, traveling round the Mohawk Valley. Let's see what we can see.
When you insure your boat or watercraft this season, don't send your hard-earned money sailing. Keep your money here, working in your community. Insure with Turnbull Insurance. You'll get great, reliable, and affordable coverage for your boat. Turn to a company anchored in the Mohawk Valley. Turn to Turnbull.
Hi, Dr. Tom. Bringing your cat to the Paris Hill Cat Hospital on Sundays is a part of Mohawk Valley living. Come inside and see why.
Paris Hill Cat Hospital, this is Lindsay. How can I help you? Hello, Mrs. Cole. Your cat is losing weight and you need an appointment? And you're only available on weekends. Sure, I have an available appointment with Dr. Karen Sunday at 2 p.m. Does that fit into your schedule? Okay.
We're open 7 days a week because we know that your cat can become ill anytime. The Paris Hill Cat Hospital, quality care for your cats and kittens.
You keep saying you're going to do something about your back and joint pain. Call Dr. Michael Tucherone, one of the area's only K-laser therapy chiropractors, the most advanced non-invasive treatment of acute and chronic pain. Call 853-6225 and embark on your wellness journey today. Oscar's Picture Framing offers hand-finished molding and restoration of antique frames, restoring history for the past 42 years. Oscar's Picture Framing, 12 Kellogg Road, New Hartford. Shop Shelter for handmade Adirondack furniture designed by craftsman Jim Kiefer. He works with you to create custom pieces to your specifications, from dining room and coffee tables to bookcases, beds, and bunks. Call or visit Shelter on Main Street in Old Forge. Visit the magical Pop Butterfly Conservatory and walk among tropical birds and butterflies. Moms are free on Mother's Day at the Pop Butterfly Conservatory, Highway 7 in Oneonta. When you shop Meelan's Market, you'll be the grill master. That's because every hot dog, beef patty, and sausage is made by Bob Meelan himself. Find everything for your next cookout, from store-made meats to fresh salads and tabbouleh, at Meelan's Market at the Four Corners in Clark Mills. Tom's Natural Foods is your connection to local farms for natural and organic fruits and vegetables, meats, eggs, cheeses, and other milk products at Tom's Natural Foods in Clinton, naturally.
On our knees with the bees, let's go climb up that tree. Let's stay this way forever.
Our next stop is Dolgeville, about 10 minutes northeast of Little Falls.
Hold my hand, and here we stand with our...
We're visiting the home studio of artist Lutz Shernick. His paintings reflect the organic patterns and relationships he observes in nature.
Well, right out of high school, I went to Syracuse University, and I was really good in math and science, and I had the idea of being an industrial designer. So at Syracuse, the first year, everybody sort of takes the same courses in art. They all have to take the drawing and painting. So once I took that and started to really get familiar with some of the classical artists and the French Impressionists, I just couldn't stop. It just had to continue in that direction. And so that's where I started. I eventually got a degree, Bachelor of Fine Arts degree, and that was about it. It wasn't realistic that I was going to earn a living doing painting, so I had to find work other places. But I kept painting up, and as time went on, I raised a family. They moved away, or a little bit away anyways. And now I have more time, so I decided to build the studio that you have here. And I'm pursuing painting as more than just a hobby. It's something that I needed to do. I enjoy it to a degree. It can be, when things don't go well, it can be really troubling. But I do it anyways. Well, most of my paintings have, they're rather organic forms, so anything in nature is a source of color, form, inspiration, whatever you want to call it. I really don't depict nature. I like the forms, I like the color, rhythms. It's from day-to-day experience. What you see, you use bits and pieces of it, and that's what I get. As you can see, a lot of times bits and pieces.
You can see Lutz Shernick's work at the Mohawk Valley Center for the Arts in Little Falls through May 25th. He also has an opening at the Cherry Branch Gallery in Cherry Valley on Saturday, May 4th at 5 p.m. His show, Painting at an Appropriate Distance, is on display through May 31st. We head west into the farm country north of Little Falls to Bouchard Farm 2. Just down the road from the original Bouchard family farm. Aaron and his wife Karen are carrying on his family's farming tradition.
We raise Limousin beef cows. We have grass-fed chickens. We also have just started raising our own pigs and vegetables. Garlic's our main crop, but we love beets and carrots and everything else that you can grow. We're all natural. We use no chemicals, no pesticides. I just think the biggest thing is local. You know, it's not traveling 100 miles to get to the store and then sit there for 3 days. I'm pulling it out of the ground and then I'm feeding it to you. And it's fresh. I love seeing people say, "Oh, that was so good." You know, that's the greatest thing when you can supply someone's whole meal and you know you've fed someone's family for the night or the week, or it's a great feeling.
Look for Bouchard beef, garlic, and other products at your local farmers market, or visit bouchardbeef.weebly.com to order direct. Find them on Facebook or call 796-4370.
I grab my umbrella.
For lunch, we head to Utica to Varick Street and the bustling Zina's Cafe. The restaurant celebrated 3 years this month, but it feels like it's been here forever. The owners, Albert and Lila, know their customers by name and welcome them all like family. They both came to the United States from the same village in Lebanon.
Her family back in Lebanon, her father was a mayor for 37 years, and she used to cook there every day for all the hosts and everything. He was really, the house is open for everyone, and she knows how to cook from there, and she likes to cook. When you like to cook and you do it from your heart, the food come out good. Our family been in Utica for a long, long time. My grandfather was in Utica, in Rochester, then he came to Utica. We got a lot of family in Utica, big family, the Lewises, the Zina, all one family. I've been involved with the Boilermaker, involved with all kind of different stuff, and anywhere we go, we know most of the people. So we're like a big family here in Mohawk Valley. I mean, you know, it's a really great place to live.
If you're looking for authentic Lebanese food, this is the place to come. The Zinas welcome everybody here like family, so be sure to come down here to be part of the family and to taste this phenomenal food.
Come be a part of the family at Zina's Cafe at 607 Varick Street in Utica. Open Wednesday 10 to 4 and Thursday through Saturday 10 to 8.
Take care of your friends. They'll take care of you. Take care of your friends. There's nothing better you can do.
We head up Genesee Street to Frank Vita's Men's Clothier to congratulate Frank on 10 years in business. He opened his own shop after working for brands such as Joseph & Weiss, Hugo Boss, and Ralph Lauren. He is carrying on the tradition of fine men's clothing from his father, who is Vice President of Design for Ralph Lauren. Utica has a long tradition in the men's clothing business. In the mid-1900s, there were companies like Allen, Schmidt, and Pringle on Broad Street and Joseph and Feiss with 500 employees in East Utica. Now there's Frank Vita's Men's Clothier at 1902 Genesee Street in Utica.
To see what we can see, traveling round the Mohawk Valley. Let's see what we can see.
Here's what's hot on the lot at Skinner and Demoulas. Drive the exciting new Dodge Dart for only $149 a month with a new 24-month lease. $29.99 cash or trade due at signing. Drive away in this exciting new technologically advanced compact sedan at Skinner and Demoulas in Richfield Springs. Discover affordable original works of art by dozens of talented local artists at the Artisan's Corner. Find handcrafted tinware, custom lampshades, pottery, jewelry, candles, soaps, and more. All local and all at the Artisan's Corner in Clinton. Tour the exhibits at the Oneida Community Mansion House. On display, the beautiful braidings of Jessie Catherine Kinsley and the exhibit Wartime at Oneida Limited. And visit the new museum store, open daily year-round on Kenwood Avenue in Oneida. The Newport Marketplace is a new kind of Main Street with over 40 vendors of antiques, primitives, and country chic, and handcrafted art, jewelry, and Amish baskets. New items arriving daily at the Newport Marketplace on Route 28, just 20 minutes from Utica, Little Falls, and the Valley. Call Shernick Excavating for all your residential and commercial projects, from new construction and land clearing to septic systems, driveways, basements, ponds, and topsoil. Visit ShernickExcavating.com. Allie Lynn's Home and Accessories for distinctive gifts, for spring color, for the bride, for the wine. Allie Lynn's Home and Accessories, West Park Row in Clinton. Expecting company? Just call Deansboro Superette. They prepare delicious Middle Eastern platters for any number of guests. Call 841-4377. If you're in a collision, you need precision. Call your insurance company first and then choose Precision Unlimited, providing expert auto body collision repair since 1987 on Route 5 in Clinton. Give your tongue a twist at the Black Cat Cafe. Great coffee, fabulous baked goods, and delicious breakfast, lunch, and afternoon teas. The cat's got your tongue. The Black Cat Cafe in Sharon Springs. Got a grandchild? Then you gotta get to Cobbler & Company. Their children's area is expanding, including new huggable Sesame Street characters by Gund. And it's your source for Melissa and Doug, from puzzles to puppets, magnets, music, and more. Cobbler & Company in Sharon Springs.
I can't stand it when you're not around. I don't know quite what to do with myself. So if you have to leave me tonight.
Early season crops that can get in as soon as the weather does break a little bit are potatoes. One of the simplest things to grow, a very fun plant to grow. You watch it come up, it comes up quickly. Temperature-wise, we want it about, the ground temperature, we want about 50, 55 degrees, just warm enough to start germinating and sustain the growth. Air temperature, we have a tendency to rush things. If it's 70 degrees outside, we think the ground temperature is warm. You have to wait a little bit, but because the soil is going to warm up as you till it, till your soil, get it ready to grow potatoes. Obviously, you'll have at least 2 sprouts in every hill that you put in. The potatoes are either cut or you can put the whole potato in. What you want to do is use an all-purpose fertilizer, whether you incorporate it around the plant or at the bottom of the hole. If you're going to hill them up, take that into consideration. Till your soil pretty well so that later on, as the plant comes up, you're gonna mound the dirt around it continually. The higher the mound, the more potatoes you'll get.
The Trenton Gorge was carved out over eons by the mighty West Canada Creek, known to the Native Americans as Koyahora, the Leaping Waters. The West Canada drops over 300 feet in a series of spectacular waterfalls and was in its day a more popular tourist destination than Niagara Falls.
Back in the golden era of Trenton Falls, people would come here from all over the country, and people came from all over the world because it really was something like the eighth wonder of the world. When you come here, take a look and in your mind realize and imagine that the water coming down through here went over that entire gorge. It was like Niagara Falls in our backyard. It's amazing to consider that that was all water before it was diverted. It was often used for magazine covers and for photo shoots. Bring your camera here and make yourself a part of this beautiful backdrop.
Well, when they settled the village of Barneville, they cut paths to the falls, and then they put ladders down so that they could get right down on the creek. And Napoleon's brother came, Joseph, and he was so impressed with the falls that he gave them money to make the trails better and to have the fences, you know, the ladders and things done better.
One of the notables who came here was William Seward, who was Secretary of State for President Lincoln. And in the hotel right over there, they met with diplomats from European nations and South American nations in an attempt to convince them not to support the Confederacy, all of which led to an earlier end to the war. All that remains of the Majestic Hotel is this, which is a pedestal upon which there was a telescope. Mr. Moore was a very wealthy gentleman from New York City, and he set the rate for the hotel. It was $6 for 2 nights. You have to remember that back then in the mid-1800s, people were earning only $1 to $2 a week.
See the birds flying south, watch the leaves falling out, down the river no return.
When you come here to see the natural wonders of the falls, take a walk around the trails to also be a part of the history here. I'm standing in front of a little cemetery plot. The Reverend John Sherman is buried here. He was very instrumental back in the days of the development of this area, and he wanted to be buried where he could hear the falls, his falls, for all eternity. The Reverend John Sherman is a direct descendant of Roger Sherman, who was a signer of the Declaration of Independence.
If you wanna, she's around. Sister Sheila standing on.
We hope that you enjoyed today's show. One thing is for sure, spring is finally here. Get out and enjoy it throughout the Mohawk Valley, and be sure to tune in next week. Between now and then, enjoy Mohawk Valley living.
Got a head like a bee.